I'm Mark Schneider, you're watching Schneider Classics, and today we're going to play with this motor. Oh yeah, the cab's back. So, if you watched the previous video, we got them rockers done. Look at that, brand new smoking hot rocker. And a couple floor patches. So that's awesome. So today, I gotta take off this automatic transmission starter. I do have a cab mount coming for tomorrow, so we can set this down finally instead of being hung up. But I'm gonna go grab a starter, get it hooked up, and see if this will kick over, because it's been like 2 years. I'll leave a link down in the description below of the last time this motor started, which is a while ago. But here we have is the 80s 305. I don't know what intake, I don't know what heads. Probably is from an 80s as well. I opened this up this morning, checked in here, the thermostat's clean and everything. This system's empty. I really should fill it, but we'll deal with that later. I don't know if this rad's good or not. But looking at this, yeah, so everything's hooked up, ready to go. We just got to get it set up. This is for the heater block. Hot water. So we got this. So I gotta take that starter off. We gotta go, what is it? I think it's a 15. I might be wrong. Well, I have the starter bolt right here. Is it 15? Look at that, 15 starter bolt. Let's go see about pulling off the other truck for the starter I need. So there's that truck. That's a 1969 one-ton truck. This truck is a parts truck for this truck because we need the frame. The frame on this, the driver's side's got a bit of roughage and the cross members are gone. So I bought this truck because it's a really, really good frame. Like, we would fix this up except for this has sentimental value, so this is way more valuable. So we're just gonna use literally everything on this, but use the frame of this truck. So what does this mean? This means all of these are up for grab parts for me. So for the C10, because I don't have time to go and buy and source out new parts that I'm missing or are damaged, where did I steal everything off of this truck? I believe it's a 286 V8 industry block. So it should be a 4-bolt main because it's in a 1-ton. It's a nice little decent engine. It's an actual factory GM engine, where that's a Chevy engine. So this is an actual GM engine, red block. I don't know what's wrong with this engine. I haven't tested it yet. It's got oil, it turns over. It should run. I just haven't had time to play with it. And I'm gonna steal the starter off it so it won't run. So that doesn't even matter. But this engine and this transmission, same 4-speed transmission as on the 1-ton, on the C-ton, is gonna go in the 2-ton back there. So this is the engine setup. Like, all of this drive line is gonna be donated to the 2-ton. But like, I think I'm gonna steal this for the 1/2 ton. I'm gonna steal this brake booster for the 1/2 ton. I might, I don't know, maybe I won't go with the brake booster. I think I should. All of that manual clutch, all of the clutch assembly, I need to steal from this truck. Like, there's a bunch of stuff I gotta steal from this truck. We're probably gonna be stealing also the wiring harness for the C10. So this truck is an overall donor. Everything from this truck is pretty much being used for one thing or another. The doors I'm stealing, the gas tank I'm stealing for the C10. So I don't want to crawl underneath. I gotta grab that starter. Ow. So we got the starter off of here, starter off of the green truck donated. I just cut to the wires because they're ends anyways, and this is all crusty, but I undid the main one. I always recommend do not cut wires, but these ends are bad anyways, so I'd have to redo them anyways, so I don't care. Oh yeah, okay, it slides and turns. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign, even though she's covered in grease. So this is a manual 4-speed and 5-speed transmission from this era. This is an automatic starter for an automatic transmission. As you can tell, they are different. This is way bigger and does not fit. As you can see, I was knocking the transmission right there. There's a little line because it does not fit. It just doesn't. So I had to remove it to put this transmission on. So we have this one, which is a lot smaller, way narrower. It's got a small little hole on the bottom to dislodge. If you get the starter wheel stuck, you just kind of stick a screwdriver there and you pop it back. They stopped doing that. Yeah, this is obviously a newer starter. I think this is from an 80s motor. They stopped doing that little hole in the back because all your salt and dirt and mud gets kicked inside there, which you don't want. So obviously they're like, oh, we gotta, GM Winton, we gotta fix this. That's how I can tell this is a newer starter. This is an older starter because it still has that hole. Also, this is the manual starter. So let's stick a 50-something, 52-year-old starter on my old truck because the 30-year-old one's too big or something. I don't know. It's probably from the 80s, like the motor. And it's neat. It's actually really neat to see. These transmissions hook up to the engine block. That's why I think this one came with the motor. These hook up to the bell housing of the transmission, which is super cool, and I did not realize that. So we got to bench test this first. Just grab the battery, do a little zit, see if she throws out. If she does, and if she's good, we'll put her in and let her rip. Oh, that startled me. Yeah. Oh, you didn't even see that. Okay. Oh. Angle the camera so shittily. Right in there. That works perfectly. So as you can see, what I did there is I grounded it out to the battery. put your positive on the main circuit, and then you take your range circuit here, take this, and you connect it to your positive. I just made too short of a wire, so I just dink right there. Awesome. So we know the starter works. Now I just gotta install the damn thing. Yay! Good. Keep in neutral, just in case. I don't want to. Yeah, engage the clutch. Do 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 do. Oh, fuck me. Oh, I hate installing starters. Good thing this motherfucker lines up. Go on, please. Thank you. What? So this is an 80s motor. How long ago was the 80s? It's fucking 41-year-old motor. So let's see if this fucking 41-year-old motor on this attached to a fucking, what is this? This transmission's from 67. 54-year-old transmission on my 50-year-old frame. That's going to be hooked up to my 49-year-old cab. There's a lot of different ages here. And I freaking hate starters. I hate starters so much. I do. I'm missing two transmission bolts. Doo-dah, doo-dah. It should be fine. So a whole day passed and I didn't bring anything up. I didn't film because I was mad. I was not happy. That motor wasn't in there before. This is a completely different motor. That is the original motor. Yeah, what happened is it's seized. Yeah, I did state in the video, and I will still leave it linked down in the description below. We did run this motor 3 years ago. In those 3 years from it sitting, which happens because, like, I have no idea how water got trapped into one port. You can see, I don't know if you can see. That's all rusted away in there. That valve doesn't exist. It's not like all the others. It doesn't exist. So that port is rusted away, which means I got a seized engine that needs head rebuilt. One head rebuilt and possibly pistons. Possibly taken all apart and honed. So what did I do? I pulled this out last night. That's where this video ends off. It ends off and I got angry, so I just pulled the motor straight out because you can see our transmission is still hooked up to it. And I bought this morning. I went out and bought this, and shout out to DD Speed Shop, because funny enough, their video where they buy the one Bel Air from Lockport, I know the guy they bought it off of, and that's where I bought this engine off of. So that's neat. Just a little bit, if you're someone who watches that channel as well, there's a little bit of information that where they got that one Bel Air where he loads it up on his trailer and shows that video, the black one. He owns so many Bel Airs. If you're into Tri-5s, Bel Airs, all that fun stuff, go check out DD Speed Shop. But I phoned him up because I know the guy. I've talked to him a few times. He deals with a lot of engines and stuff. I'm like, hey man, I need an engine today. So he says, well, I got a 305 that's out of a 78 square body. Would that work? I'm like, yep. So I went and bought it because that's a 80s 305 that now needs to be rebuilt out of a Chevy. This is a 78 square body 305 out of a Chevy. And I dropped my stupid thing. Like, ugh, the casting is so dirty. But you can see here, 22, 78, 60, 78. Oh, where's the screwdriver? Yeah, 305. That works well. So I got to take the motor mounts off that engine and put them on this engine. So that's my job right now. I got it into place, which was not easy because I'm dragging my engine crane. You can see the marks all in here in snow and mud, and it's now fucking spring, so spring means mud. Yeah, I'm dragging this freaking engine crane through mud. Doesn't help me at all. And that engine's probably gonna stay there for a while. So we're gonna steal the carburetor, we're gonna steal pretty much everything off of this engine, stick it back on this one. Let me just start working.